Hello and welcome everybody, I'm Barbarian and we are looking at Caliph Nasruddin, the Lord of the Scrolls. That is a crazy good nickname and this is a crazy good man. Honestly, that's an understatement. Who we are facing here in the Crusade for Jerusalem is a man that is basically a machine. Just look at this fella, 67 learning. Yeah, that's right, 67 learning. Just because he has certain traits, because he has achieved certain things, because he has certain people working in his court. This man is crazy. 25 prowess, 21 diplomacy and a respectable 10 martial. He is really the personification, I think, of what made the Abbasids great again. I said just 60, 70 years ago, something like this anyway, that they would never be resurgent, that they were done, that they had been decimated by the Ghaznavids, and that I expected them to be further and further indeed nullified. And yet, all of a sudden, Caliph Nasruddin, this Lord of Scrolls, is standing before us with 34,000 troops to his name. With troops that would absolutely destroy, for example, the Eromata Imperio Santua or the Vasilea Romayon, and in a position where he has actually retaken Egypt. His seat is down here, all the way in Yemen. It has to be said, it is not a classic seat of the Caliph himself, but I think that, you know, this becomes a bit more apparent and clear when you really take in that he has focused on taking over Eastern North Africa, making it so that this area is much more important to him than, for example, the Ghaznavids that are in disarray, but that he is not currently seeking direct conflict with. He indeed went against the Yusufids first and foremost, making sure that these Almohade caliphs have absolutely no way of establishing themselves. And you can see it right here, actually. He is going on to conquer Dumyat, so they are pushing further and further into the territory of the Yusufids indeed. The Abbasids are incredibly strong. I do not know whether we can defeat them, but we will certainly try. On the other geopolitical level, I wanted to bring up the question of who actually called the Crusade and why. Pope Benedictus IV is indeed in the tradition of the new papacy, where they effectively are, you know, indeed vassals of the Eromata Imperio Santua. And I think that this is still true. But with the very early death of our Emperor Nuno, who died just 5 years back, I think it's fair to say that Emperor Gonzalo is at least somewhat slipping. He's not a bad leader, he's not a bad emperor at all, he's keeping things together. He seems to be focusing on the north in particular here, but I would argue that his grip on the papacy has slipped, and Pope Benedictus IV sees this as an opportunity. He's a callous craven. Obviously, he would not challenge the emperor himself, but when declaring this crusade, what he is declaring is also, I am the head of Christianity. If I call, you will follow me to war. It doesn't matter what the emperor does, what I say goes. And I think that that is something we can indeed see here in, you know, what Pope Benedictus IV is actually doing. So this is a move that, personally, I would evaluate as the Pope attempting to regain control of Christendom. Ultimately, if it fails, then it would further weaken the papacy. If it succeeds, though, I do think that the papacy is ever stronger. Now, personally, we talked about and we debated the topic. I read so many comments on this. I saw some people comment, 2 comments, Jay did this in particular, where basically one comment was in favor of joining the Crusade, one comment was against it, and ultimately, I will be participating in the Crusade. There are several evaluations that I've done here, and the way I see it, it is a worthy roleplay, I think, outcome, right? It's a nice end to a story, or at least the last arc to a story, but I think more importantly, Prince Alva himself sees this as a very fortuitous and incredible opportunity. Fundamentally, Prince Alva has always been concerned with protecting the Holy Path, and he has been okay at it. He has conquered it, he has administrated it. You can see that he is 10 out of 6. He always wanted to keep personal and absolute control of these regions, but he did this so that his name would be remembered, so that he would indeed be somebody that has something to his legacy, right? It never really worked out. He has become more and more inflexible in the realm itself. The French, never really facing any repercussions themselves, have literally murdered his brother, and he can't act on it. Now his other brother, Nuno, has passed, and he was, well, not really denied, but he was talked out of, you know, doing something truly horrible. It was indeed a friend of his, and wait a minute, and there she is. He was talked out of it by Duchess Adele, and now she is also gone. I think ultimately, neither his achievements here, because they aren't all that grand, they are halfway to failure basically, neither his achievements nor his friends and family still keep him in this region. What he does know is that he is excommunicated, and being excommunicated means quite a lot. It doesn't just mean that he doesn't go to heaven, which is already bad enough, it also means that he won't be remembered as the man that he is, be that, you know, a very flawed man, but still a man that tried his best. No, he will be remembered as somebody ousted from the Catholic Church for his sins. And I have to tell you that even though he's not very spiritual, I do think that he realizes he is good at war, and he can serve in this war. He can maybe even achieve something. Let's say, you know, I would doubt that he knows all that much about Caliph Nasr-ad-Din. Maybe he has heard certain stories of a very prosperous, a very successful caliph in the East, but can he really know that this is basically a futile endeavor? I don't personally think so. So I gotta tell you, the way I see this is that he probably would participate because he sees that he can achieve something great here that he can be remembered for, and by being absolved for his sins, because that is the promise for anybody that indeed participates in the Crusade, by being absolved for his sins, I think we would be looking at a situation where, well, indeed, he can actually be remembered as the man that he is, even if he were to fail in the Crusade. And that alone is a big, big inspiration. It would make it so that in the family chronicles he won't be remembered as the worse than Vea sort of person. No, he would be remembered as the man that tried his best, that struggled with sin, with failure his entire life, but in the end knew his holy mission. And so, we will indeed be participating. I'm going to make some changes here. I checked this off camera. We can, now that his wife is dead, invite Ordonio. I can invite Ordonio and his children. Technically, I could convert all of them to Catholicism. We're not going to do that. We are only going to convert him because he will be given some land right away. All the others, I don't want to get too involved in their personal faith. I will convert Ordonio because if you hold land in the Empire and, you know, don't want to challenge the authority of Emperor Gonzalo, you have to be Catholic. You have to be pledged to the Pope and with that to this empire. So I will respect this. Our nephew, our brother before him, always have shown us respect, and I want to give that back by, you know, essentially going ahead and saying, Ordonio, I will give you land, but you must be Catholic, and we're going to hand out some land, not just to him, but basically also to some other family members of ours that are at the very least in our court. So, Ordonio, let's take a look at this. In succession, we're currently looking at a situation where, right, I also saw this off camera, let me just show it to you. Duke Tybalt was married to the Silesian lady that then got ousted. She now actually got deposed because her liege actually banished her, leading to Count Gilon and Count Munio already holding counties. This means that neither of them are actually eligible for our inheritance, so they are out of the debate anyway as is. Right now we have Ordonio, we have Aurea, we have Carlos, and we have Count Aznar. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to give Ordonio here two of the locations that he inherits anyway, and that aren't our primary county or primary duchy locations here, I should say. I'm going to give him these, and now let's take a look at the distribution here. Between Aurea, Carlos. I can't give Aurea anything because she is in Croatia, of course. I can give something to Carlos. Basically, what I want to do here is I want to kick none of these people out of their position in inheritance, because as long as they inherit anything from us, they are eligible to be our heir and inheritance, and that is, of course, the fun in this thing. I'm going to give you... What about just this? Santillanaco, Asturias. That means you should still... Yes, he still gets one county, that is Genoa, but actually, I'm going to give Genoa to Count Aznar here, because Count Aznar already holds land in Novara, and I think it just makes sense if he also holds Genoa. He is basically the Italian branch now, and with that we are 6 out of 6, and this is massive, because what it means is, and just check it out, boom, all of a sudden we actually have troops. This is big, this is very important, and wouldn't you know it, we decide to pledge, you know, our lot to the Crusade, and Countess Berenguela dies. I wish, I can only, you know, say that I wish it was our piece of work here, but instead she did it to herself. Well, it certainly is a bit of a stress relief here. Either way, we basically just handed these out so that we could make more money, have more total soldiers, that sort of stuff, and now comes the decision to actually pledge to the Crusade. Let's take a look at this. Pledge, and indeed, the faithful prepare for war. If I pledge myself to the Crusade, I will be obliged to raise an army and march on the enemies of the faith when the time comes. As going back on my word might draw the ire of Pope Benedictus, I should seriously consider this decision before committing the realm to the fight. Well, we are already excommunicated. We're doing this to get out of it. So, Pope Benedictus, I will join the army of St. George. The war chest receives prestige and piety. We gain some additional piety as well. And now, we can decide on a beneficiary. Now, I gotta tell you, the beneficiary system itself, the way it is built, in my opinion, largely is the way it is so that you can't just like chain inherit, right? Because these people don't stand to get anything. That is why they are even capable of inheriting anything to begin with here, or rather why I can name them beneficiary. The way I see this is that I could name any of these, obviously, but I would be very unhappy if I would name somebody that didn't actually crusade with us. Obviously, you know, you can do that. Basically, your heir or your beneficiary can be in Iceland, and then they get a letter that says, hey, by the way, you're the king of Jerusalem. I would like to avoid this. This system, again, mostly mechanically speaking, is the way it is designed. I think roleplay-wise, it's really not all that strong to begin with, but we have to see whether we can't find anybody. I do like Maria here, by the way. Zealous, brave, callous, skilled tactician, military engineer. If I could get her into my court, she is in Valais, which is in Auvergne. So I can't invite her, and it will not be possible at all to invite her because she has a job there. I could try to befriend her, I guess, but I mean, that's a bit tight. She wouldn't really be serving in my... I could marry her to Ramiro, but Ramiro actually isn't in my court either. We can't do Gipuzkoa. That won't make her a knight of mine. We can't do any of these marriages because they are lowborn, meaning it can't be patrilineal, but we need patrilineal marriages, and the betrothals actually do nothing for us. That's a shame. Maria seems like a great candidate. I gotta be honest with you. She seems like an outstanding candidate, especially coming from a culture that is very much equal, but I think she's effectively ineligible. None of these here are wanderers, so they aren't really eligible either, and you can immediately see if they're knights, then I can't invite them to begin with. Oh, you know what? We do have Pierre. Pierre Pierrezé is the man that we ousted from Agen after he rebelled against us, and now he currently is indeed, I believe, under house arrest. Yes, under house arrest. We could release him, recruit him, and then take him to the Holy Land with us. I would actually really like this. Because if you think about it, if you spend a moment just thinking about this, Pierre has no place anymore in the structure here in the West. But we could make him an offer where we say, come with us, and you may receive land in the Holy Land. And it's really his only choice, right? He is a possessed, one-eyed, feeble man, ambitious, patient, and wrathful, doesn't have any children of his own right now. Oh, that is because he's only betrothed. Oh, I could technically... Couldn't I marry him? If I break this betrothal, I could marry him patrilineally to the lady that we saw. You know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. And it's an odd alliance, because it really... Did I negotiate? There you go, yes. It's an odd alliance, because usually as the king or queen of Jerusalem, you would like a stronger alliance, but... Okay, listen. I'm going to break this betrothal. Who are you? You are the Countess of Béziers. You're not under me. We don't have any connection. I will break this. This plays no role in my schemes whatsoever. Pierre. I would like Pierre to marry... Where's she now? Maria. And then those two will both serve as knights. And I will decide, if we were to win, the moment before the war ends, which one of them should inherit as the king or queen of Jerusalem. We're basically taking both of these. Is it gamey that I'm bringing this couple over? Yeah, it absolutely is. Don't get me wrong here. But I like both of these characters. Him, because he is banished, and even if she becomes queen, he would stay down there. And her, basically, because she is just an outstanding knight. The way I want to frame this is that Maria and him fall in love as we crusade. Let's take it from that angle, right? So with that being said, we're going to name an appointed beneficiary when we actually win, if we were to win. And the other thing that I would like to do before we jump into this, because then we are just going to have the crusade in this episode and definitely finish it as well, I will forbid my children to participate in the crusade. I will leave them at home. Absolutely. Can't even see them. You are definitely my child. Odonio is my child. Is there anybody else? Carlos, you will be forbidden, yes. If we had more prestige, we could actually invite some knights. That would be pretty good. But I was also thinking about potentially just getting some money from a holy order so that we could then go on and hire some mercenaries for the crusade. We're gonna do it. Yeah, I will ask them for some money. I've never actually done this, you know this? Grandmaster Eramun is indeed giving me the money, apparently. For such a sinful being as you to come crawling to a holy order of God, you should focus on redeeming a soul before you worry about worldly riches. I've heard your plea for gold, and the Order of St. Jacques will answer your call. This is the most aggressive and negative sort of agreeing letter that I've ever gotten. Screw you, buddy. Also, here's the money. God smiles upon me. Yeah. We are going to do our best to win this crusade. I don't want to sabotage it. And if we win, I will continue playing in Jerusalem as either Pierre or Maria. But anyway, let's unpause and yeah, let's continue this. And there you go, the marriage has been accepted, which should now mean that she is indeed in our court and should be a knight. Oh, she's not a knight. No, there she is. She is a knight. She's a good knight as well. I think she will indeed be a good servant. I will actually force both of them to participate as knights, because again, I want both of them very desperately to actually, you know, be members of this crusade itself. So I just need to find him somewhere here. Pierre, there you go. Both of you are now forced. That is perfectly fine. My heir is unmarried. Count O'Donnell, you don't... If you want to marry, you can marry. I handed these out because I don't think we need to administrate these personally and directly if we acknowledge that we are going to Outremer, right? We're going not just into any war. We could still administrate it then. No, we are crossing the very large sea and going to the Holy Land. So yeah, handing those out, I think, makes some sense. And look at that, by pledging your support for the righteous fight against the infidels, you have redeemed yourself in the eyes of St. George. As such, we deem you worthy of partaking in the Holy Communion once again. Very, very cool and very, very legal. Am I going to repay the loan? No. Not with this character anyway. Ooh, I can make some money here. Definitely will sell these two. I think that's perfectly fine. I have a hook on him. I don't think that really does anything. I would love him. Yeah, man. That is a good knight as well. Is there anything else I should consider? Right, I want to forgive your... Yes, his crimes are that he's a witch. Obviously, I'm going to forgive that. That is perfectly okay. I'm not going to create a different duchy. Yeah, we're doing fine here, I think. Oh yeah, another thing that I really want to do is I definitely want to switch over here. Now, the question is, do we do strategy focus or do we do chivalry focus? Honestly, I think strategy focus. I don't think we can do it, but if we get some favorable events or event chains, we may... Come on, if we make it to Engineered for Destruction, that would be amazing. I would like to maybe find some better knights. We have pretty decent knights, I gotta say. Everything over 10 is basically pretty okay. It stops at Uraka. You know what? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to invite a couple of knights. Doesn't really hurt. It's just a prestige cost. And then we're going to see whether any of them are worth it. Knight has arrived. Vladimir. I mean, he seems pretty worth it. Recruiting you to court. I could give him a title. Man, 95 bucks. I could give him a title instead. Technically, I mean... if we really want to cheese it, I could just revoke any of my cities, basically, right? And then hand them out again. But honestly, I'm not going to do that. I like our local population. If we find a knight that we really like a 20 or something, then I would definitely engage with that. But yeah, it doesn't look like it. So I took a look, and Caliph Nasraddin here in particular largely has Mubarizun, who are countered by the light infantry. So I think we should focus on exactly this. Listen, Crusades in CK3 are almost always doomed. This one in particular, because we have such a massive, massive Abbasid Doom Empire. But I will still try my best to make it work. And we do have some stuff of what it takes. What you gotta realize about Crusades is that the AI will always ignore you. The friendly AI, that is. If you are attacked alone and there are no other AI troops there to defend with you, there is a 0% chance that the AI will actually assist you. The enemy AI, on the other hand, will definitely register you, they will definitely find you, and they will attempt to destroy you. So, with that in mind, what I want to do is, I want to, if possible, be a bit earlier there, siege down as much and as effectively as I can. We do actually, and this, I noticed this as I went through my commanders, we do actually have a definitive favorite, I have to take this back for our beneficiary here, because she is actually a military engineer. And I need her to finish, essentially, the very first siege, if not even more, right? So I will set her up as the beneficiary. I think she will be much more important than Pierre. Good thing that we actually got her to our court. With that in mind, I do want to counter the Mubarizun, so that if a battle is triggered for the AI, we can jump in and actually assist quite well. And we're going to do this by hiring some light infantry. Now, he's not great, but we're not looking for a commander or really a knight. They got two knights here. They're okay. Actually, I should definitely study the individual knights here. A 21 and a 9, that's very good. And then here we got a 10 and an 11. These are okay, I guess. I think we're gonna go with these two right here. He actually also is a commander of the that has the siege trait, but I'm going to leave this to our dear lady Maria, so that she can indeed be renowned and actually has served in the Crusade, right? And now we're going to raise our armies. And I'm going to do my best not to cry when we get crushed by the Abbasids here. The Crusade starts in 3 months, so we're going to make our way down there as soon as these armies are gathered. Maria, you will then go. Which one is worse? That's a 4, that's a 3, that's a 3. Up here you can siege quite nicely, I guess. That's a 3. I think we want to land up here, actually, in Acre. Let's take Acre first. If we can. Which in itself is a good question, but it's just a... So this is just a level 3 fort level, basically, right here. This is a 4, so Jaffa is definitely out. We want to very quickly take a fort level, or a fort if possible. And this is also a 3. So yeah, let's focus on Acre. Let's try to take that. Assassin's Creed, yada yada, you know the drill. Let's do this. Oh, apparently a secret has been exposed. These are 2 mayors. I don't think anybody cares. We're crusading, excuse me? Crusade for Jerusalem. The time has finally come to bring St. George's holy wrath against the vile infidels of Jerusalem. Inflamed by righteous fury and unyielding resolve, the great army of crusaders assembled by Pope Benedictus sets forth to deliver divine justice upon the wicked and earn their place in heaven. Let's just take a quick look at this, right? We have 76k, they have 81k. Yeah, that is... You hate to see it. We have a very healthy participation in continental Europe, I think. This really does show the influence of the Catholic Church. It is fairly strong in these regions, fairly weak in the British Isles, and yeah, I mean, obviously fairly weak here in the very Far East. They are very under-involved, I would say, in geopolitical issues, and it does, I mean, it's... I think we have one... No, actually, we don't have any kings participating here, do we? I'm pretty sure... Oh, no, Lorraine. Right, so King Oscar is actually, with just 17k, 1700 troops, is participating. But other than that, not a single king rose up to fight for Christianity. Not even, well, Wales. You can see it right here. These are Welsh dukes. These are not the king. That is shameful. The fact that the emperor isn't participating, that is without a doubt shameful. You can't really phrase it in a different way. Now let's get on the way here and let's do this. God, I can only hope. So many enemies join the war. What are we looking at? 92k, 87k? Wait a minute, did more people just join, basically? Oh, I never even noticed that they show the war contribution right here for Crusades. Interesting. Yeah, we have a very healthy Central European participation. It really has to be said. But that is about it. We are still very much inferior. Let's try to be the vanguard, basically. Let's try to unlock the fortress of Acre and then... You know, maybe go from there. We shall see whether there is success to be found. I'm kind of doubtful. Now we're sieging this, and we are getting cut down siege events. So you can see it here, -6 by Maria. That is why she's commanding here. I think we're going to leave basically every single siege to her. I don't really see why we wouldn't, right? It's not a bad idea. She's great, unless I pick up the perk, I should say. If we were to pick up the siege perk ourselves, then certainly. But we are more there for the battles. I just need a good siege event as well. This is... I never do this. I never even consider this. But if we could get a big breach in these walls, we might actually assault it. Because time is of the essence here. There's not even a question about it, right? But right now, I mean, literally nothing, sadly. And we don't really know where the enemies may be coming from. Ooh, we do have a small breach. Man, this would be very costly. If I activated this... would take 16 days at a loss of over 100 people per day. It's not tenable. We need another breach. If we get another breach, and this actually cuts down the siege event times here, so that's great. But if we get another breach, we will start assaulting. Oh, and look at that. We have a large breach. I might just assault this down. You know what? Let's just give it a moment here. No, actually, let's assault it. Let's assault it right now, after this phase, yeah. 5 days, that is a couple of losses there, but we'll be fine. Oh, okay, I see what you're doing. Don't do that. Don't do that. I need to slow it down here. I barely caught on that they were trying to march in here. I think we may have this. Oh, okay. So we definitely have the siege. No battle takes place, though. Where do you go next here? You could technically attempt... to go for Jaffa. I think we need to focus the coast. We do have allies coming in here. And taking the coast is really the best thing that we could possibly do. Soldier of the Cross, our army stand poised to take part in the Crusade for Jerusalem. St. George willing, we will soon rise victorious. The blood of the heathens painting the soil red. It's a good trade. It's not a bad trade at all. Gives us a +2 martial. Am I convinced that we're going to win here? That we are going to paint the soil? No, kind of no. Definitely don't think so. I'm going to split this army actually in case I need mobility, and then you need to lead the siege basically. Is she leading it? Why aren't you leading it? Maria, I beg you. Oh, there you go. She's now sieging it. Except my siege equipment, I pulled it off. Oh god, what am I looking at here? Oh god, what am I looking at here? I feel like we don't have enough troops right now. Wait, are you actually taking that battle? Because if he is, to me that implies that there's a lot more waiting behind them. I think we need to march. I think we need to just jump in there and hope that we finish them off here before the reinforcements come. Oh my god, 36k. I see how it is, huh? I beg you. Okay, this fight is over. They're still coming. Or are they? Ooh, I don't think they are. Obviously I want her to take over this. I'm just gonna stay here, right? Yeah, sure. Okay. We're not commander. That sucks really badly. But like, this is the best we're gonna get it, I think. Sadly, we're the attacker, I suppose. But man, look at that. We're currently... Oh, that is a smart move. They're blocking off our reinforcements quite possibly here. But it does mean that this fight... Doesn't that mean it's a victory? No. God. Oh. Oh, they actually came in here. They did block off our reinforcements nonetheless. But we are winning. Oh my god. I have to tell you, I wish we could have been the commander. But we are a main participant of this battle. This is incredible. We won both of them. We blew them out. I need to take a look at that battle. We lost 6k, they lost 13,000. The knight list is horribly long. But you can see Jimeno, Maria. My knights were the top knights in this battle. 22 war score. Holy crap. Wait a minute. We are currently the top war score contributor. There is no way, right? Alright, let's keep sieging here. I hope that we can get Maria. I can't even look at it. Ah, okay, we're not actually the person besieging it. We have to hope for them moving, because Maria would be ideal for this. Sadly, they're not... Yeah, they're not giving the siege over. Oh my god. How are we looking here on troops? 76 and 87? I'm not saying it's possible, but I think it's possible. Okay. Alright, and now I suppose we just march for Jerusalem itself. Can I make... Ooh, Sheikh Razul of Akka. I will keep him here. Obviously, we can sell him for money, but I don't think we can really do anything with that money. But I will keep him here because, I mean, his land will be ours if we succeed, right? Ah, and Estefania dies. My dear Estefania, I might not have loved you, yet I feel you're passing more acutely than I ever thought possible. You were always there, my constant companion, and I take you for granted. There are so many things I left unsaid. She was at home. We are far, far away. Our marriage was a marriage driven by purpose, right? By obligation. There's nothing really that we can do about it. I think she knew that. I think we knew that. Honestly, as we get those news, I think he would immediately, well, not immediately, but, you know, as we spend months in siege camps, I think he would go and say, I will now marry Urraca. I will declare that our love, that our marriage is true, that we have basically created and consummated it in the Holy Land. And with that, things are right, things are just. Making it right. I spent many sleepless nights worrying about my daughter Bellaskita and what would happen to her if the truth of her parentage came out. Now that her mother, Duchess Urraca, and I are lawfully wedded, my old fears may finally rest. This secret will haunt me no longer. So I don't think I can legitimize her in any way whatsoever. Because she is, you know, I'm not the house head, but she's also of a different dynasty now by definition. But also there's no secret anymore. That is quite interesting. Oh, Duchess Uraka, my beloved, to think that I can embrace you openly now with the blessing of both Saint Bridget and the people around us. I am the happiest man alive. Honestly, he didn't love his wife. He didn't hate her. She didn't love him. She didn't hate him. But I think he's finding a bit of happiness at the very least in this crusade. It might all crumble. But why don't we just focus on Jerusalem? I don't know why, but they have abandoned this siege. They just left all of the sieges. Oh no, this one is actually finished. I didn't see that Jaffa was finished. I'm the leader, right? Yeah, I'm commanding the siege now. I need myself to leave so that she can take over. There you go. 8 days. Oh my god, come on. Oh my god, we will be the one to take Jerusalem. There is no way. Oh, I'm worried about this though. I don't want to abandon the siege. I will not abandon the siege. No sir, no chance. I'm gonna finish this right now. 88 men still lost. Ooh. Oh well. Maria and Alva will assault Jerusalem and quite possibly bathe in blood of the citizens, but also take the city of the world's desire. Well, of the Crusade's desire, and oh my god, the worst is actually coming true now. Yeah, this is not a good battle up there. Can we win that? Maybe. We'll have to feed into it, and I think we did it. Oh, but we're not gonna win this one. Man, this is very bad. 48k just down there. And we're barely winning this one up here. And this guy is just... Come on. At least we get a new martial perk, I guess. It doesn't change anything. Man, this crusade looked so good. We took down Jerusalem. But look at the many men that they actually have. This is our shot here. Is it possible? Is it viable? I don't think so. Hired by you, 20 months left, right? We could hire more troops. And I think we need to. But I don't know which ones. I would love to hire more light skirmishers. I don't think we can do that. Ay. That's basically my feedback right now, you know. Alright, you know, no matter how I look at this, none of these movements make any sense because it's all overlapping. Where's the Pope going? I cannot, for any of the other nerds, where the hell is the Pope going? Nobody knows. Alright, well, I think he's going up here to Sur. But look at that. Oh my god, yeah, that's rough. We need to jump in, obviously, whenever and wherever we can. We have good supplies right now. I think they're just unsieging, and they're gonna unsiege so damn quickly. Technically, oh, we're so far behind, actually, despite these wins, man. Crusades, huh? Crusades. Certainly. An activity. Oh, please don't tell me that all of these are going to Egypt. There is no way in hell. Oh my god. No, we're gonna have a split force. I am losing my mind over this. This could have been such a success, but... Yep, instead we gotta land in Sinai. I mean, come on. That's what you gotta do, right? Oh, that is devastating. That is terrible. They unsieged Jerusalem already. Freed it from our claws, and now, I mean, look at what is happening here. That is ridiculous. If they start a battle here, they may get them to, like, zoom in as well. But this is just... They're all starving already. Insanity. Certified insanity. Oh, and now I got caught. I made a big mistake here. Yeah. And unless they're willing to aid me here, which does not seem to be the case... Come on. Oh, they're coming in as I get defeated. I love Crusades. This isn't even, oh man, the Pope spited me. This is just, I love Crusades. So Yemeno is dead. I hate that. Don't like that. What else happened? Pierre and, they both got imprisoned. And I can't buy their freedom. Oh, because they're currently engaged in combat? Oh, because they're running. Oh no. Good night. Goodbye, everybody. That's rough. That is certainly quite rough indeed. Can they win this? No way are they actually winning that. Well, I mean, what do you want me to say now? We're just watching, we're replenishing troops, we will get back in there at some point. Roleplay-wise, obviously we are still very much in this location, you know, in the Holy Land, but we are waiting for reinforcements, but we just can't do anything. We have to pray that these guys can get it together, and I have my doubts. Then again, honestly, I don't know. Ah, God, I think I know. May God bless us, right? Oh, and the AI, the Muslims actually made a huge mistake here. Their allies, their reinforcements are so far away. This could be a devastating loss for them if the Christians reinforce fast enough, which they don't. But they turned it. And the reinforcements are quite far behind, but may arrive just in time to still turn it. Oh no, they're splitting. There is... The AI just handed it to us. Oh, did they? Yes, they did! Oh my god. I'm gonna die here. I'm apparently close to death. I don't want to die. I wanna play whoever we get in Jerusalem. I hope that they finish this war very quickly. Is this enough war score maybe even? Come on, finish it. Finish the damn battle. What? The war score didn't change? Oh, we're at the maximum for battles. But oh my god, it's over. Please, I beg you, I need you to siege this as quickly as you can. Oh. 84%. Alva, you got it in you. You just gotta live a little while longer. When can I change my focus? When can I do that? 84%. It's actually good that we're not there. I mean, you know, it would be good if it meant that we actually fell to second or third. I would love not to be the queen. I would love to be just like a duchess. But I'll take whatever I can, ultimately. Just please siege. Oh, Rodrigo. May you grow to be strong and wise, my son. Yeah, indeed. Come on. Oh my god. Canonically, as I said, we're still down there. Our reinforcements never arrived. How did Maria get free? Wasn't she in prison? She must have bought her own freedom then, I guess. Huh. Maria will be the Queen of Jerusalem. No. No actual way. St. George has granted Queen Maria victory in the Crusade for Palestina. After defeating Caliph Nasruddin and his heathen warriors on several occasions, our warriors forced the enemies of the faith to admit their ignominious defeat. With the occupied lands firmly under the leadership of a pious Catholic ruler, we can rest assured that the divine will of St. George has been enacted. This is a glorious day for all true followers of the cross. St. George is with us. Queen Maria Aldonse. Married to King Pierre, 23 years old. And in just a second, I'm pretty sure, our character. I'm looking at this. I don't think I will leave anything with her. Prince Vea's Spear of Valor. I mean, it's a great artifact, but I think we should leave it behind. I'm gonna do some hygiene routine here, just so that the AI doesn't screw with these items too much. A new kingdom. With the establishment of a proper Catholic queen in Palestina, the faithful can finally rest easy, knowing that St. George is smiling upon our good works. The fact that the new ruler of Palestina belongs to my dynasty is only further proof of our divine favor. Listen, I can't say no to this. The world over here is so damn interesting. I cannot say no to this. We may get kicked out by the Abbasids fairly quickly. They are strong, they are powerful after all, but I will do my best. I wonder what kind of ruler she will be. Queen Maria Altonse of Palestina has become our new character. and I am excited. I will see you in the next episode. Until then. Oh, is this the Mongols by any chance? No. I will see you later, alligator.